It's Alice again, and as promised, we're doing kind of a run through of the free coloring book and doing some edits and maybe seeing how it got put together, because that's one of the best ways to learn how to design, because you can get stumped on doing things from scratch and go and try to figure out how to accomplish something, or you can look at existing designs and kind of reverse engineer them. That's my favorite way to learn, because I don't like to read a lot or watch a lot of videos, but I really appreciate that you're watching my video. So let's look at this cover, and it originally started as this one. Now I wonder, see, I'm like, add as a new page. We're just gonna throw it in there so we can look at it. So it, obviously, you can see what I did was very simple. I took out the little thing here. I removed that background. And then what I did was I had some of these flowers. These flowers are actually in each page. I kind of kept that element going through it just as a matter of something I wanted to do, and just laid out the different flowers how I wanted. So it's just, that's all it is. Change the text, offer the title, which you can go and change this to whatever you'd like. You might want to add different coloring elements here if you end up doing something else, but you could reuse this cover over and over again and kind of create a brand for yourself, right? So the main part looks the same, but you change the title and then you add different elements here. So all this is I'm sure it's probably, you guys know how to do this part, and if not, I'll show it to you. So the little plus means duplicate. You can change the size, you can rotate, in this case the rotation, it does do stuff. And you can just keep doing that and arrange it how you like. So there we go. We have a cover, and you have a cover you can work with over and over again. Obviously, you can change the font and things like that too. But what I did to keep a theme in this coloring book is make it the same. I use the same font throughout. So on this one, I think this one includes something that a lot of people want to know how to do in Canva, and it's how to add a pattern to text. Now, I personally find, and I've searched and searched and searched for a solution to the problem. It is kind of limited in Canva. You can do much more in Photoshop and things like that. It's much easier, but let's show you how this was made. So all it is it's a frame, and then we added an image to it. So when you go here and you can find frames, so you could do this with any of these shapes and things like that. If you scroll down a bit, you will find letters. You can also do it with shapes. They're, the out-of-the-box shapes in Canva. It doesn't seem to work on everything you search for if you say shapes. But if you put rectangle and you use this little feature, you will be able to do the same thing. So I'm going to detach the image so we can see how it was actually done. So all I did was add the frame. And when you move it over, and of course it didn't work. No. Okay. There we go. It's a little bit flaky. And I actually find that some images won't attach to the frame. I don't know why. I searched, I found other people having the problem. If you know the solution, I would love to hear it in the comments, and we can do an updated video later, but it is a way to do it. So let's move on to the other page, the next page. And I thought what I would show you here was just how you do this text. So this text it's a font, so you can't add, as far as I know, you can't add the pattern behind it. So it's just a fill in. They can color it however they'd like. So this is text. So one thing I like looking at is kind of when you go to text and you see these designs, and they're colored and you're like, that's not suitable for coloring, you can make it suitable, because most of them you can change. Some of them you can't. Some have more complicated color and you can end up doing a black outline and that. But most of them you can, like this one. Obviously that might even be the one. I don't think I use this one. It's not this one. So you can change the color of it, right? So let me actually do that in a new page. So we'd put this in here. This one already has kind of the fill-in part. So we're all good to go, and we would just change the color, obviously. Easy peasy, right? So let's go and try it with this one. And so we have this hello font, right? So I'm going to change it to black. And then I'm going to go to effects. And you just make it hollow. And I think that's the font we used up there. This one has like shadow on it, and it probably won't, yeah, see, it won't work as hollow. So you just delete this part. Easy peasy, right? Let's get rid of this one. And you can just move on from there. There we go. And you can do it with the variety of ones. Some of the handwritten fonts work as well, or you can just do it by adding your own text. You don't have to use these. I just think they have nice layouts sometimes, and sometimes, both, like this one, I think both elements would work here. As you see, I'm a little bit not so great at moving things in Canva. I honestly don't know if that's a Mac thing, but I often do have trouble with it. It's the truth. So I apologize if that makes sense. That looks kind of weird, right? But the thing is, you experiment and see what works. All right. So, and then we have this page, which was probably made with, if I remember correctly, was again with using one of these things. Or if there's a font you like, you just do the effect and hollow, and that's good. And you can actually change the thickness of it as well, which can actually create quite a different look for you. And of course, if you haven't been down here, you could put that on an angle, whatever you want to do with design. So these are fairly simple designs. This is probably the most complicated thing that was done in it. But it's a great way to start. And, you can start adding pages. You can keep the theme, you can change it completely, whatever it is you would like to do. So if you'd like more designs to work with and reverse engineer and learn from, we do have our Colorpreneur package, which also takes you through, there's a lot of instruction in there to help you come up with great, themes for your coloring pages and books, and help you decide between books and pages, digital download, will you print and ship, and it walks through all that and gives you lots of great marketing advice. So it's a definite great thing to pick up just for that, but also it includes 10 more cover designs and 50 pages you can work with. So there's a quick peek at the pages. Let's look at these real quick so that you can see. And and one thing on coloring book covers, you often want to have the page elements or show some of what's inside, and you can do that. You can download the image. So when you create, for example, this page, how you can just go download, and you can choose to download the individual one as a PNG or download them all. And then you actually have an image you can put into the cover. And also, if you're good at, you've already know about Canva, you can look below this, the video. And if you want to go and pick up the Colorpreneur package, the link is absolutely there for you to head on over and do that anytime you want. In this case also, so we add a little bit of shadow to here. I believe that this was done probably in PowerPoint, the shadow, because I particularly love the shadow that PowerPoint does, but you can also do it in Canva, and it's under Edit Photo, and it's under Shadows, and you can do like a glow or a drop, and that adds the little extra kind of element to it. But it looks much nicer than adding the flat graphic to it. All right. And here's a couple other ones you want to look at. Lots of space. You can add your name on this one as well. We put a little coloring element. Obviously, if you don't like it, you don't care for it, you could change it. The colors of this, if you want to change even the colors of the images, you can. Not every image allows you to change color on Canva, but a lot of them do. And that's another thing when you're creating your pages. A lot of patterns you might see might be the wrong color, but you can turn it. You can often make it a black and white drawing. Not everything, but the more you experiment and look for things, you'll be able to do that. This one also, we put a yellow background on it as something a little bit different. So there, you can, put the black and white transparent image over top, and it creates a nice little look for you. All right. So lots of great things to work with, start with, change, also inspire your own unique designs if you want to put them together. And then we also have the pages that you can work with and do whatever you'd like. There are some simple designs, some more complicated, and also we talk about that in the Colorpreneur guide, like how to decide, do you want simple? Do you want complex? I mean, the complex designs obviously are like, wow, they really catch your eye, but are they always the best thing to do? Like this one is a lot of detail, and it might not be suitable obviously for young children. It's not suitable. It might not be suitable for adults, especially if you're using using coloring pages for some type of therapy where someone might have some cognitive or motor skill issues. Then you may not want to do them as complicated. But this one was made just totally out of different shapes. So you can have a lot of fun with shapes and just move them around. And, I talked about shapes earlier in the video when we were talking about filling with patterns. So some of these you could add actually, because they are just the shape, the standard canvas shapes. You could put patterns behind them if you'd like. And this one, again, this one's done with using the hollow feature of putting the font in there. And this is a nice script font that Lumios marker that was able to, look good as a coloring thing. And this is just two kind of border elements and kind of laid out. One thing you want is you don't want like always complete symmetry, but this creates some balance and sort of like a different look that looks nice for your audience and is pleasant to color. We have a little more childlike designs, and some of them you might love, some of them you might hate, but you could do whatever you want with them, and so many that you can work with from here. And also if you're doing journals and things like that, there are these kinds of elements that you can put together. This is just two flower images with lines put in there. You could put actual lines that they could draw on, or they can do free writing, whatever it is they like. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this quick, maybe not so quick video to show you how to do these edits, and we'll see you in Colorpreneur.